You can ignore a people for so long, but God steps in. Because when man's justice fails, God's justice begins. For over 400 years, Black America has cried out, and heaven has heard. The blood, the prayers, the songs, they've all reached God's ears. And just like he told Moses, he is saying again, I've heard the cries of my people. When God fights for you, you don't have to swing back. You just have to stand still and watch him work. And right now you can feel it. Something is shifting in the spirit. Everything that was built on lies and oppression is starting to crumble, because God will never let a nation rise on the back of his chosen and stay unjudged. That is why no matter how much they try to bury Black America, they keep rising. They took your names, your lands, your legacy, but they couldn't take your favor. They used the Bible to break you, but God used it to rebuild you. They enslaved your ancestors, but couldn't enslave your spirit, because when God fights for you, he turns your pains into prophecy. He turns your trauma into testimony, and he turns your struggle into strength. Look around. From politics to entertainment to the church, the truth is being revealed. The masks are coming off. The fakes are being exposed, because you can't curse what God has blessed, and you can't destroy what heaven has chosen. Black America was never a mistake. You were a message, a living reminder that God stands with your oppressed, and he will always balance the scales in his time. Yeah, exactly what I've been seeing all the time. Anyways, let's watch these videos. I'll be back with the continuation of this video. Please kindly watch this video till the end. Right? That will encourage me to do these videos again and again. See you at the end.
Have y'all noticed this? Anytime something occurs, the first race that's brought up in a negative way is African American people. I love being Black. Wouldn't want to be any other race. But with everything going on, African American people are not the only race who need assistance. Like, I don't know where that mind frame or model came from and what statistics are y'all looking at. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about this, about the statistics and this and that and this and that and this and that, but there's no point. Do your own research. For some reason, some of y'all brains are wired that everything is about African American people. Like everything. Can we live? Like, can we literally live? Like, there's no need for us to be living in your head rent-free. Nobody should be living in your head rent-free. No race should have that much power over you for you to be spiraling out so much hate. But damn, can we live?
Shout out to Black Americans, dead ass. I know I've talked about this in the past, but I feel like I don't talk about it enough. And also, I feel like they don't get enough credit. I don't think black people all around the world understand that the United States is by far the safest country in the world today for black people to migrate to because of Black Americans, because of their ancestors' sacrifice, including this birthright citizenship that everybody and their mama enjoys, that Donald Trump is trying to get rid of. This was enacted because of Black Americans, and it breaks my heart the way a lot of people come to America and not only turn a blind eye to their plight, but also talk shit and shit on them, in spite of the fact that America is all they know and they're doing their best in a country that was not created for them, most especially Africans. But I'm not trying to get into the diaspora war thing because, like I've mentioned before, this is just a bunch of hurt people hurting people. You have to understand that one of the things that makes Black Americans different from every other black people is Black Americans are the only group of black people that actually got to live with white people. Everybody else was left behind in their home countries. I know the Caribbeans were also products of slavery. Those countries, including the Caribbean islands, are majority blacks. The countries that white people wanted to settle in, especially the United States, the black people who were forced to be there, they received a heavier dose of fuck shit. And naturally, Black Americans got to witness what it is about humans that made the Bible say the heart of man is desperately wicked. They got to see that massa don't fuck with nobody but massa, Chad. And a lot of these Africans and Caribbeans who migrate to the US are yet to learn this. That's why y'all be just, when you see a white people, we thank God. This is equivalent to a pick-me woman seeing a very sexy man who's tall, dark, and handsome and everything in her dream, that she just opens herself up to him to get knocked up. But then until she gets to his home to see how he lives, she gets to see that he lives like a pig. Dirty dishes, dirty laundry, snores and farts in his sleep, takes the shit and forgets to flush it, doesn't even wipe his ass right. Ooh, yeah. Bad breath in the morning, looking a hot mess. Then you come to see the things that makes him human. And then all of a sudden he ain't shit. But you could have figured that out before you let him knock you up if you were not so obsessed by his physical image. Girl, you should have asked baby mama number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You thought 11 was going to be the matching number? Yet, in spite of that, Black Americans have been able to persevere and pull away and do their own thing in a country that was not created for them. They have their own art, some of which was taken from them, jazz, hip-hop, rap, their own dialect. And even at that, a lot of the things that they started were stolen from them without credit, destroyed, burned down, called ghetto, and anything but a child of God, child. And yet, they still persevere. And to me, this is one of the things that makes them very attractive to me. Like I mentioned before, when I lived in America, Black Americans were my favorite group of people because their audacity, bro, their audacity is so fucking powerful. And I know that this is something that a lot of black people, a lot of people in general, but especially Africans, judge them for. I want to see how y'all survive being the black sheep of a family that does not want you, that you're required to be a part of. We can all learn from each other because we're in this shit together. We are stronger together. Uche, peace and
This is probably one of the most important messages that you're going to hear for 2025, especially if you're an African American. If Western society does not teach about the effects of slavery in their education systems, what do we as Black Americans believe that Western medicine teaches? As someone who has worked in clinical research for 8 to 10 years, I'm going to be brutally honest. I work in data management and I have seen what data entails, their systems. And as the 5 to 7% of Black professionals that work in that industry, I can tell you that Western medicine does not reflect our data. I did not notice the difference until I went to an Asian doctor in Bangkok and realized how Asians have more knowledge about the transatlantic slavery and how it affects the Black Americans in their genetics. I was told that Africans, European Africans, and African Americans have different genetic makeups. Diet, environmental factors, stressors, all of that play a major role. However, Black Americans being more impacted during the slavery and being removed from our culture, our eating habits and things of that nature, coming to America, we acquired more health issues that were passed on generationally. This including high blood pressure, salt sensitivity, kidney disease, diabetes. All of these supposed predisposed diseases are all basis of the mistreatment on Black African individuals. So what does this mean for you? If you are not questioning your labs, if you are not reviewing them, if you are not analyzing them, do not go by what your doctors are telling you, because Western medicine right now is like an In-N-Out burger shop. Because of my medical experience, because of my expertise in data management, I take the initiative to review labs. I've been taking care of my grandmother when she had cancer. My mom, she's dealing with things. I'm the one that they come to get insights, because let me tell you something. A lot of our people don't know, and they just go by what the doctors tell them. Please do not continue to do this. We need to be asking questions. How do prescriptions and these drugs that you are giving me affect Black individuals? Prime example, lisinopril. That should be something that should be evaluated, because from my understanding, the Black effects on Black women, it is not more effective than it is anything. It's more damaging. Or I can use this as an example. Someone being provided metformin and them having kidney failure. It's not making any sense. Western medicine is reactive. And if our education systems don't prioritize the effects of slavery, healing in America is healing generations, especially as a Black American. Your health is crucial. And I'm only saying this because I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I've been going through it. The healing is not just on the surface or internal, it's on a spiritual standpoint. I'm gonna go more into my story about my experience in Bali with my Balinese healer, who I actually partner with, and will be doing healing for women of color, or all women in general. But that was my first experience on a spiritual level to identify the true problem. And I was there supported by my grandfather, who I had no idea why he was there or why he was present. And as days had passed, I had this awakening and this idea. He had died from kidney disease. He went to go get his legs amputated and died from having a heart attack. He struggled with kidney disease. His brother struggled with kidney disease and passed away from that. It was something that was ongoing in his family. And his presence and my desire to heal and my initiative to take action against what doctors tell me is a predisposition, and that I'm more inclined to obtain it or have it because of the behaviors of the people in my past. No, I'm spiritually healing, internally healing, and physically healing, so that I am proactive, and that does not become the end of my story. So with the level of women who are dealing with preeclampsia, high blood pressure, our youth, our diets, we have to make a change. And if you have any questions, or if you are someone who is able to advocate for yourself, please do so for the people in your family if you have the opportunity to do so. We need to represent ourselves, because just like in most of these other areas of our lives, Western medicine, they don't care about us.
Black Americans, my beloveds, do not let these motherfuckers GAS light you, okay? So all over social media and TikTok now, these NIGGAs, right, are making it seem like we're the ones who are prideful and like we're better than every BLDY, right? And like they're saying that like we think we're good because we can't be deported, and right? So they're just MAD that their LIE is undone. It's undone. The gig is up. The jig is up. The party's up. You motherfuckers have been against us the entire time. The entire time. The entire time. Afro-CANs. Caribbean. Not all. Right? And yes, I'm aware some of them are Israelites. Right? But been against us the whole time. And now to come at the end the PPL who didn't have an identity, and now the heavens is telling us that. Man ain't telling us we're the real indigenous Americans. Man ain't telling us we're the real children of Israel. Man ain't telling us that the America is our homeland, right? Man ain't telling us we didn't come on them fucking SHIPS's, right? Man ain't telling us this. It's the God of Yasharel telling us this, right? So for all these nations now, I've been saying this lately. These right? HATE us the entire time, and now want to HATE us for finding out that the whole world HATEs us. Ain't that some shit? So don't let them, don't feel bad at all. The heaven says you are Deuteronomy 7:6 above all PPL. Bask in that. Cause they are jealous. It's like with that letter gang person at the airport, that dude, funny as hell. Jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. I like your hair. Jealousy. That's what it is, bro. Like, y'all had y'all opportunity for a very long time when we tried to love y'all, and then none of it. We got the We got the you see how shit flip. You see why you gotta stay humble. You see how fast things can shift. You see how fast the heavens is working. You see how, right? We tried. But you know how many people who they TRICK to go to Ghana, just for it to be a money grab? You know what I mean? You know how many people capitalize off of the fact that we didn't know who we are and just right? This is what I'm saying. Don't feel bad. Nah, don't feel bad at all. Stay in love, but don't feel bad. You bask in who you are. You bask that you're the CHOSEN PPL. Bask in that shit. Cloud out their noise, bro. Cause they know the party's done. And now they want to try to gas LIGHC us. Right? When we're like, oh my God, we are somebody. After the whole entire world made us feel like NOBODY. Well, praise to the Most High.
Hey y'all, this might be a long video, but please just fast forward, just watch it, because I just need to vent. I was on Instagram scrolling and I came across a video about Disney and how a black man named Floyd Norman, who was the first animator at Disney, the first black animator at Disney, how he drew and created and came up with a lot of the Disney characters and storylines, but he got no credit for it, right? I'm gonna try to get through this without tearing up because I already got emotional about it. He got no credit for it. And I see so many videos on Instagram and social media about black people who created and invented stuff and how they got no credit for it. Like somebody else took the credit for it, right? And I just got emotional. Mind you, I've seen a ton of these videos, but I just got emotional because I'm like, it's so messed up that black people are treated so badly in this country when black people created and invented almost every single thing that we use in this world today. Like, I'm already getting emotional. Black people have created and invented almost every single thing that we use in this world today, but they treat black people like they are lazy and worthless and just like a cancer in this world. Like, if black people just need to just be removed. But it's like, how? Almost everything that is used in the world today, from medical inventions, technology, in-home inventions, food, is created or invented by a black person. But yet they treat us like we're nothing. Oh, we're lazy, we're this, we're that. So there's no lazy people in other races? Like, I don't understand how black and brown people are treated so messed up. But yet we the most chillest, coolest people ever. Like, I don't understand that. And they act like black and brown people are the only people who are like getting public assistance, have single parent homes, and who are in prison or doing drugs or whatever the case may be. Like, if other races are not the same thing, like, I just don't get it. Like, literally, I was in there tearing up because I'm like, I just don't get it. Being black is dope. Being Spanish is dope. Being white is dope. Being whatever race you are is dope. How do you just hate a whole race of people who literally did nothing? Like, I'm sorry. Who literally have done nothing wrong. Just because of the color of their skin, you dislike them. You want to literally like eliminate them from this earth. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. It just makes no sense to me. Because I literally have 2 black kids out in this world, and I just want them to just be able to live their life. And I have friends and family with kids and, themselves out in this world, just trying to live our lives. That's it. Minding our business and going about life. But then you have people who just start mess for no reason, and they just take and use, but then call us lazy and worthless and criminals. And like, there's not white people who are criminals. Like, there's not Asian people, Indian people, African people who are criminals or who are lazy or who are whatever. Like, all right, y'all, I'm sorry. This video is almost 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. I had to just say this out loud, because I was literally in the room like about to scream. Thank you. If you watched it, thank you.
Do you know the real true meaning behind Memorial Day and how African Americans created Memorial Day? It all started with us, with black people. If you're a teacher, teach your children this. And you can go ahead and Google it and research. It's true. So on May 1st, 1865, Union soldiers were just lying in mass graves. And so some freed slaves, African Americans, decided to dig them up and reorganize their graves and give them honor. And about 10,000 Charleston, South Carolina residents and children carrying flowers, mostly poppies, at a racetrack down in South Carolina, marched around the race course, honoring these dead soldiers. And they put a sign overhead called Martyrs of the Race Course. And at about 9 a.m. that day, 3,000 black school children paraded around the track holding poppies and roses and singing Union songs in commemoration of the Union soldiers who fought for them in the Civil War. Didn't know that little bit of history? And you're a teacher? Teach your children about the true meaning of Memorial Day. Let them know that Veterans Day and Memorial Day are 2 different things. Veterans Day honors all servicemen and women, but Memorial Day commemorates those that have passed away, those that are no longer here with us, that are deceased. We memorialize them in their memory. That's why it's called Memorial Day. And let them know that it was created by freed slaves, by African Americans down in Charleston, South Carolina on May 1st, 1865. Have a great day.
This message is for Black Americans only. And if you're not a Black American, I'm going to ask that you skip this post because I don't want to offend anyone. Okay, now that everyone else has skipped this post, let me share something with you that came to me at 2:30 this morning. I want you to follow me here. Everything that is created that you see in the physical world came from the mind. And the people to play that part is a script that came from the mind. Now I want to share with you about a contemplative dream. When someone writes a book, a novel, it also creates physical characters, which causes a possibility probability. And it was scripted that a certain group of people would be in captivity for 400 years. That's a contemplative dream that was created, and it manifested in a certain time in space, or space and time. But here's the thing. Even though you're made from someone's daydream, you are still only created out of the only thing in the universe to create you out of, and that is of the God particle. Which means they knew that when they painted this picture, see, the human psyche is different from anything else. When you created a picture in the psyche, the picture can wake up and start talking back to you. So when the picture starts to wake up, we woke up. But there were also codes and restrictions that when you did wake up, you will be rocked back to sleep, because now I can point to something in the physical world that says you were supposed to be in slavery and you were promised your freedom after 400 years, that God was going to come down and save you after 400 years. What it caused the Black Americans to do is to wait. So the person who created this dream knew this, that while you were waiting, you were perpetuating the dream. So some people say, hey, this should have happened in this year. This should have happened in this year. That, by the way, some people did wake up. But those who were still waiting for someone to come and save them, you were perpetuating the dream. But here's the instructions that I got, and I shared this a while back. I was told to, before I fall asleep, to say this: I'm going to wake up in the dream and realize it's a dream. Put awake in the chat for a reason. So when you wake up and realize it is a dream, then you can change the dream. Everything has been in our faces. So we thought that the Simpsons were time travelers. No, the Simpsons were creating contemplative dreams, which, even though it is a cartoon, you watch it, it manifests. Characters will play, physical characters will play the cartoon imagined characters. This book, Byron Trump's Adventures, even though it was a contemplative dream, it became real. There was another novel before the Titanic, and it did the same thing. It said it would strike a iceberg in April. Well then, in real life, the Titanic did the same thing. Wake up. This is why it is said, wake up, oh sleeper. You are actually in someone else's dream. When you wake up and realize that you are God, and because the only substance that you could possibly be made out of is the God gene, or the God particle, which every little drop has the capacity of, or the access to the all. Okay, nothing can be kept from you. For instance, Henrietta Lacks, her cells are immortal. This should give you an idea of what you're playing, what you're dealing with. This is what they're trying to keep from you. So wake up and understand that you are God. Nobody's coming to save you. Dorothy, if you would have clicked your heels, if you would have known that you could have been home a long time ago, if you would have just hit your feet together, you would have been home, Dorothy. Feet in the Bible stands for understanding. If you understand, all you have to do is to obtain the knowledge and the awareness that you can come out of the dream. It does not matter if someone created a contemplative dream and they are directing the dream, because there was a book that was created to keep you in poverty. I had an opportunity to go to Poverty Point here in Louisiana to walk on the mounds. Great energy there. It's called Poverty Point because it was designed to say that anybody of dark skin was looked at as being in poverty. Now, since I got this message across to the Black Americans, okay, my white friends, I know you were nosing, you were still here. This message is for you as well. Do you not think that there was a program written for you as well? Yes, there was a program. This goes high up, and it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with control. So if there is a white race and you've been given the message that you were elite, you were more important, and that you could take advantage of those who you thought were in slavery, then you were used in the program as well. So I am going to tell everyone, and this message is for everyone, because we're one. We're not the black race, we're not the white race, we're not this, we're not that. We came from the only particle the particle that created everything, and that is the God particle. We may be looked at as black, we may be looked at as white, but we are one. So, since y'all stayed to the end, I just want to say this power surge that is going to just shake the world, because not only were the blacks written into this contemplative dream, the whites were too. So that should let you know that there's someone or something higher than all of us had us all played in the game. But when you tell yourself before you fall asleep, I will wake up in the dream, you will wake up in the dream and you understand that you have been played or scripted. It's just a contemplative dream, but because you're made from the God particle, the picture can start talking back. So the artist is just not drawing a picture in the psyche like you would see in the physical world, that it just stays on the wall. No. When you are made part of the God particle, you become awake and you start talking to the one who created the picture. We do the same thing. Our thoughts become things, and the things and how we feel in our imagination, these are the people that we will see in our 3D reality. So wake up and realize how powerful you are. Now that you have awakened from the dream and you know there's no one to blame but self, now you can take over and draw your own picture, create your own dream, because you create your own reality.
Breaking news you can use, folks. You're going to want to hear this. There have been multiple reports of videos on the social media app called TikTok of non-Black Hispanics and Latinos complaining that Black Americans refuse to stand with them. They cite that they were there during Black Lives Matter protests, despite only making up about 7% of those protests. They have been playing music such as Tupac, where he says that the Black and Mexicans stand together. They have unfortunately been unable to find examples of their musical artists talking about standing in solidarity with Black people. But they have a lot of examples of Black people talking about standing with them. There have also been reports of Black immigrants criticizing Black Americans for refusing to stand with the Latino and Mexican community during these ICE protests. They have stated that they are under the belief that Black Americans are lazy, which is very reminiscent of white supremacists' talking point. They have stated that they are tired of us using our ancestors' accomplishments on immigration that allowed them to be here, and that we, in fact, have not done anything and have no right to take a rest, despite all of the genocidal actions that are happening against Black Americans here. Despite Black Americans opening their arms to all community at the detriment of themselves, Black Americans apparently have not sacrificed enough blood, sweat, and tears to quench their thirst. There have also been plenty reports of very mixed Black people, who I affectionately call quadrocoons, yelling into their cameras at different odd angles in different odd places, never at a protest, stating that Black Americans are evil and wrong if they do not stand up with everybody else's cause, even while dealing with their racism, because they believe Black people should push through their emotions and deal with their racism, because there are other priorities taking place. Black people should come last. Folks, they're saying that after they come for the brown people, they'll be coming for the Black people next. Many Black Americans find this surprising. I am one of them, because I never knew that they stopped, and I could have sworn that we were first, since this all looks quite familiar, but I could be mistaken. Apparently, a lot of these people suffer from some type of amnesia and forget that the Black Lives Matter movement was co-opted by several other movements, including for Hispanics. There were quite a few reports of Black people helping Hispanics protest for immigration rights, including the Black vote, who overwhelmingly and the most voted for Kamala Harris. Just remember, folks, Black issues are last. Deal with the racism, help others. That's the way to go. Hopefully they'll double back and come help us afterwards. This has been News You Can Use with Crystal Black. Toodaloo.
Welcome back. I must say credits to those creators, right? Everything they say is just true, but let me just dive into it, right? So we can just finish. Yeah. at the end of the day. Every generation of Black America has carried a piece of the promise. And now the full picture is coming together. The world thought they could silence them, but God turned your pain into purpose. And this time, when He fights, it won't just be to defend you, it will be to establish you. Because God is not just fighting for Black America, He's fighting through Black America. Oh, you're not powerful. Can't you feel how special you are? Can't you feel how special you are already? This is me. My name is Beejay. And remember, when God fights for you, no power in hell can stop you. No power in hell can stop you. What you see unfolding will not stop happening. What you see won't stop happening because it's the prophecy in manifestation. That is what you see right now. Let me stop you. I want to see your thoughts in the comments. Do you think God is fighting for you? Let me see it in the comments. And you can also tell us stories. We'd like to hear them in the comments. Do not forget, my name is Blessing, your friend, your sister. Oh, sometimes I just want to say I love you. Yeah, but that's true. I love Black Americans so much. I hope you watched this to the end. Kindly subscribe, like, and share this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.